I want to kind of highlight and do a rundown of the Hassan versus Ethan debate. It was kind of a bit of a mess. I listened to it all in my own time. It was chaos. It was just absolute chaos. But I mean, Hassan pretty much got steamrolled because he gaslit the whole time. I mean, that's just how Hassan is. But we're going to be looking at this whole debate. We're going to break it all down. But the clip that I think starts it all, the best clip from the entire 5 hours that this debate was this clip right here where they're talking about Hassan on the Theo Vaughn podcast. This is brilliant.
Sam Cedar conversation, you said, I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has changed in that process? Is it this conversation that you and I had?
Yes.
Okay. All right, got it. All right.
Here's the clip, by the way. You accused me of not.
That it won't, is
you accused me of not mentioning that Theo Vaughn did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
Because, no, I said I didn't say.
Bro, you literally look like the dude from Beetlejuice. That's crazy.
You literally look like the dude from Beetlejuice. That's crazy.
The small head guy?
Ethan, I use my words very carefully. I said in the Instagram story that you posted. I don't watch your stream.
He just doesn't care. He just does not give Hassan even a second. He's just like, small head guy, Beetlejuice. Let's find this because you look like that idiot who got his head shrunk.
That much. I don't. I only
in the
see
waiting
like
room. Bro, that's crazy. Do you see the resemblance?
What?
That's. You're this guy from Beetlejuice. In this photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
Yeah.
It's
Dude, even Hassan's fucking laughing. Oh, this is the best moment for the whole thing. I'm gonna let you know that we're gonna be getting into a lot of the weeds of this, and I want my position to be clear that I don't think the U.S. should be getting involved in this blood feud in the Middle East at all. I really don't want them to. I think that whatever side they support will lead to a genocide, and I don't like genocide. Boom! Pretty solid response. I don't like the killing of innocent people. Wow, crazy take. Anyways, this is brilliant.
That's you are a comedian.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right, anyway.
Dude, he cooked with that joke. That was brilliant, bro. Hassan looking like he looks like a toddler that found his dad's jacket and is just running around the house with it, where the fucking arms, the sleeves are dragging on the floor. It looks like one of the Dumb and Dumber suits. It's great. But before we get into the actual Hassan thing, I know you guys are upset, but there was a Sam Cedar edit from so Ethan debated Sam Cedar. It was just some Jew on Jew violence. That's what it was. I'm not saying that in a racist way. They're both Jews, and there was probably they were attacking each other with words. It was some word violence from some people of the Jewish faith. But this was an edit that I thought summed up that debate pretty well.
This is one of the biggest, most influential streamers spreading something that I think is really dangerous. And you can agree or disagree, but it's a short clip, but I'll show it to you.
Any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. You shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher if they've ever exhibited any sort of fucking positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
He's not talking about Jews.
He's talking about 73% of Jewish people.
No, you made that connection. He did not care about
I appreciate that
Ethan.
you can hand wave it away and say that it doesn't.
No, I'm not hand waving it away.
Would you say that your father, that he's ever in his life had positive feelings about the state of Israel?
I've had positive feelings of it.
Well, then you're a neo-Nazi, not fit to walk a dog. How do you feel about that?
No, that's you saying.
What's a Zionist tendency?
I don't know.
How do you feel about Hamas?
They
well, Sam, allow me to speak for all Jews, if I may, today. Fuck Hamas.
Do you think that we should cut all aid to Israel?
I think that'd be justifiable, yeah.
Okay.
Why is your mod Frogan begging for rent money?
Are we live now?
No, I don't know the whole day. I didn't listen to that whole one. I just thought that was a funny edit. But it's just so funny. I think it's so funny how this whole thing's been pulled so far out of context, and literally you can see the pettiness, because Ethan has always been a petty dude. I'm sorry, he's always been a little petty, spiteful man. I I found him funny in the past. I think he got really cringy right before he started Leftovers, and he kind of was doing that ladder pull-up thing. That's when I was on the hate Ethan train. Now, I think he's had some bangers since this whole drama started. I think he's been coming out with fire. I want to see him make another content nuke on somebody. This stuff's been great, but this is the beginning of the thing, just to show you how petty this whole thing was gonna get.
12:30.
Also, I'm going to highlight one more thing before I hit play. I love that Hassan came in here thinking he was going to be a big swinging dick Hassan. How he, dude, these people are beneath me. Oh, it's great.
Hassan is calling in, of course, at 12:30. I have 10 minutes to schlep around here. So I want to say, first of all, thank you to Shopify for sponsoring us. I also want to thank...
Shopify sponsoring terrorism by way of, well, I guess they sponsor my podcast too, to be fair. So
that wasn't the clip I wanted. I completely clicked on the wrong clip. It's just that's just a clip of Hassan being a dipshit right before it starts. Man, that's like how the debate felt, was Hassan saying something and then like making himself look like an asshole.
Show me all the time as well on the.
But this is just Hassan trying to tell Ethan how to run the show, which is just a great way to show how he thought he was going to swing that He's like, I got a massive dick, dude. Look how fucking awesome I am. I'm Hassan. I'm better than you. I know how to run your show. Remember when these guys used to fucking work for me?
What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a debate. What about you?
That's what I'm doing as well. All right. Wait, hold on. Oh, are you going to show me all the time as well on the Zoom call?
Here, I can fix that. 1 second. Let me just set it to Ethan's output here.
If you want,
there you go.
If you want, just show like not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're going to talk, like that's fine.
Hey,
I don't know if it's gonna
Hassan,
be too difficult.
leave the production notes to my team. You can switch.
This is the vibe of the entire debate. I'm not gonna lie. This sets, if you were curious what the debate felt like from beginning to end, this opening section right here is exactly what you needed to know, bro. It was amazing. Hassan was in there with his fucking Word document. He had Wikipedia pulled up. He had his chat pulled up to tell him exactly what he needed to say to win the argument. With really all he did was gaslight the whole time. But then you had Ethan being a little fucking snarky, angry, petty bitch. That it was so funny, dude. It was such this was like my opinion listening to this was like when Ethan had fucking Bill Burr on. That's what it felt like. It felt like Bill Burr when Bill Burr was just fucking brutalizing Ethan when it was supposed to be a friendly conversation. That's what it felt like here.
It's your show, how you like.
Well, you know, they were my coworkers as well, Ethan.
Well, it's been a while, my friends, and guess what? They are not now.
No, I know.
So let's start. I mean, so you did.
Oh my god, dude, it's just so good. The whole thing's gonna. It just got like. This is oh, dude. This
I mean,
is
that
so
content. I just have to know what you felt, what you were thinking as they were doing the Fortnite L behind you.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
No. We're here. I don't want to talk about definitions. You got your Zionism. Let's do
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
Did you not?
I've participated in other YouTube videos as well in the past.
No, but that Fortnite L dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
Some of them feature sketches. It's just so stupid, bro. Wait, hold on. Oh, dude, this was a good one. So here's something that I thought this was actually, I think, a very fair question that Ethan asked. So Ethan brought up the fact that the context of the CPS call was never brought into the content cop, right? So obviously Hassan took part in the content cop, but the way that he tries to portray himself is he had no hands on with it. He was nothing. He just showed up for it. He was just a small part of it. When it was Idubbbz, everything's Idubbbz. This is what Hassan always does. This is how he like gaslights everybody into believing he's not as crazy as he is, because he always finds a scapegoat. If he gets criticism, he can always blame people like Bad Empanada, all these other idiots that he uses, because like, again, I've said it in the past, there's a stair of useful idiots, and Hassan just looks down that stairway and picks a motherfucker and then just tries to make them look like an asshole.
This wave of harassment, doxing, swatting, all of this stuff, okay? Sometimes by the same people, ironically enough, by the same communities. You and I know we've had these conversations in private.
been a while.
Before we stop doing our podcast. And you know my position on this. I think it's completely unacceptable.
I know you're
because
against
I am victim to the
CPS.
same
That's
exact
not
things that
even
happen to you
interesting.
in this regard. I would never in a million years
Okay,
advocate
ask
for
me a
that sort of
question.
thing and don't think it's appropriate.
Very good.
And I don't
Ask
know
me a
why you
question.
think that I have anything to do with
Because
this.
you're not you're misrepresenting what I asked you. I didn't ask you, do you think it's okay that people called CPS? I asked that the video that you participated in, which was a total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip from an episode of the podcast called CPS Got Called on Me and didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think that's fair?
I think you should take this up with Idubbbz instead of me.
Okay, sure.
I didn't
Ask
make
me a
any
question.
Editorial. Yeah, I didn't make any of the editorial decisions.
No, but you sure fucking watched it and act like it was the biggest win fucking possible. You and all your cronies gathered up around your computers. You sent out a little fucking text. We gotta support Idubbbz. We were all in the video. Look at us just fucking dance. We did the Fortnite thing. And you all fucking acted like it was the biggest win ever. Acted like it was completely in context. Used it as a moment to dogpile on him to get your fucking hickles and jiggles out. You really went full cum falcon behavior. And then when you get called on the fact that it is like you can say that some of Ethan's content nuke was out of context. I'm sure that there's clips in that are taken out of context, right? But you cannot, there is not a single bit of information to say that there was even partial context in the Idubbbz content cop.
Then Idubbbz' content cop.
I'm asking what you thought about it. Okay, not if you made it.
And of course he doesn't have an opinion on it because that would mean that Hassan would have to take a stance. Hassan would have to fall for criticism. Now, in this debate, there are times that I have to say that Ethan did a really good job with forcing Hassan to take a stance. It went from a lot of Hassan trying to force Ethan into feeling gaslit. He calls him crazy throughout the whole thing. He's like, Ethan, you're crazy, Ethan. It sounded like that dude that like beats his wife, right? Which again, I don't think violence on your significant other is real based, guys. I think it's actually the opposite of based. Not really fucking cash money. But it seems like that. Like I didn't hit you. You didn't get a bruise. You're crazy. Nobody's gonna believe you. You're acting delusional. You fucking hallucinated it all. You're just having woman problems. That's exactly how it was. It was Hassan bringing back his like bro code days from when he was like the bropedia or whatever, the brophile. I don't remember what it was. It was like the bromeostasis guy when he was like giving men advice on how to pick up women. He went all the way back to his Andrew Tate days to really teach the audience how to manipulate your significant other. It was beautiful. This whole thing was just glorious, bro. This was a whole thing about the swastika sword. In context of what it was, if you want me to just kind of like break it down, it's a swastika sword. Hassan bought it because it was a swastika sword. They argue about it for a while, but it is, and it was stupid. That part was dumb, and I'm gonna skip it. But the only part that was worth talking about was this PewDiePie clip right here. This was the end of it.
You fucking moron.
Oh.
This was the end of it where like Hassan tries to flip it back on Ethan by saying that you drew a swastika on PewDiePie, so like the swastika sword's fine. No, dude, it was just a cosmic coincidence that we had the swastika swords there. It was just a happenstance. I was using it for another video. And then this happened. This was brilliant.
You have that much of an issue with swastikas considering you drew one on PewDiePie.
I'm a Jewish man, you fucking moron.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Is anyone in that room Jewish?
Was anyone in that room?
Did I draw swastika one
Jews
time on?
Do you think that Jews have an exclusivity agreement with like being offended or not offended by Nazi imagery? You've done.
I mean, they were the victims. That's kind of how it goes. Usually, when you're the victims of a mass attack by a group, you're the ones allowed to be offended by it. This is all by like the progressive mindset. Now, I think like edgy humor is hilarious. I've always thought edgy humor is hilarious. So like, I don't really care about this type of stuff, but in their little progressive circle jerk land, their little fucking online, endlessly online leftist incel mentality, this, he's speaking from a place of privilege in this situation.
A Sig Heil approximately, what, 50 times?
Why did I do a Sig Heil? Why did I do a Sig Heil?
I don't know. I'm
Okay. On top of this, I know I'm pausing again on a 1-minute clip, but I just in this little portion right here, I think it's really funny considering how Hassan throughout this entire situation has to talk about how context is so pertinent, the context puke, all of this shit about being out of context. Everything about this is out of context, and then pulls an example out of context to throw it at Ethan to try to get an own. Like, that's what's funny about this. This is what keeps putting Hassan's dumbass in a position, and this is what was so smart of Ethan, is he just kept hitting him.
Because because you only watch clips on Twitter. I was making fun of Elon Musk and trying to see if it was valid or not.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, as a
Thank you for
Jewish man, are you going to
clarifying.
tell
My
black
bad.
people not to use the N-word?
Wait, what?
Are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word because it offends you?
Do you think this is an apt comparison?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it is still a stretch. I mean, I will give it to a little bit, but it is a stretch. But that is the only comparison that is logical in this situation. I like, if you're going to make an argument, an apt comparison, the closest one you can make would be black people in the N-word. That is the only other one, because like utilizing Nazi imagery in any other situation with any other group is going to be a big no-no, right? But if it's like Jewish people making fun of it, or Jewish people like talking about it, it's put in a much different light. That is like contextualizing it, and so the only other time that it can really be looked at that way is with the comparison he made.
So you think that being able to draw the your anti-Semitism radar is completely out of whack.
And who
Do
are you
understand
to say that to me? You
that's the
pose
point
with
of
a
contention
swastika.
here. You're saying that it's not a swastika, and you know it's not a swastika.
I mean, it literally is a swastika.
No, it's not.
Let me
Is
see the
it?
swords.
You have.
Well, and what's funny about that sword is it's from Bleach, right? But Hassan has talked about, at least in the last like 2 months, 3 months, he has never watched Bleach. So he just bought, and when the clips of him buying the sword, he just talks about it being sus, and then later talks about it being the swastika sword. And I would dare anybody in the world, and this is something that Harley Morenstein says, go out there and get a shirt with a manji on it, and go walk around public and see how that works out. Let's just do a little example. Let's go to do a little example. I want you to go to your next big family reunion, and I want you to show up with a manji and just see the reactions you get. And keep in mind, I'm saying family reunion, so there's a chance that they're gonna give you a chance to talk about it. But I'm betting money that there's going to be a ton of family that avoids you, and they're fucking related to your ass, so they have to deal with you. And this is
Made a video.
You think I'm
Let me make a point here,
with
Hassan, because you're the king of microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minority
This is
groups.
true.
Right?
This
So
is
you
true.
made a video. You participated in a video accusing
okay,
a Jewish. Let me finish my point,
I'm gonna let
Hassan.
you finish that.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
let you ask the question.
Stop.
Can I
You are
just
making
say-
a video
can I
accusing
just
a
ask you
Jewish
again?
man
You
of
think-
exaggerating
you think
anti-Semitism while
a-
exhibiting the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. Do you not see this as a problem, or at least
Ethan,
am I
couldn't-
insane
couldn't
for
hear
thinking
anything
this
you
is
said.
odd?
Ethan, take a deep breath.
Answer the
Okay.
question. What you're
Dude, that was what I was talking about. That's what right there at the end is kind of what I was talking about with the like, almost like, you take a deep breath, Ethan. Take a deep breath. Oh, Ethan, you're getting a little crazy, Ethan. You're losing your mind, Ethan. And he tries to continue this fucking charade throughout the entire thing. It is like, it's the most blatant manipulation tactics I've ever seen. And this is where it got really good for me. This was like the end all be all win for the whole, for like the first half of the debate where Hassan got absolutely obliterated.
Absolutely insane.
Ask me after this. You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was your opinion on that?
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think that the Sabra Hummus tier list is
Again, calling the Sabra hummus tier list. Now, again, I hadn't heard that it was just about hummus before. Now, I'd seen the controversy when this first popped up about it, and like the first person I heard talking about it wasn't Ethan Klein. I saw endless amount of videos about this this Arab to Jew tier list. I'm sorry, that's what it is. It's absolutely retarded to think it's anything else, especially like looking at the video and in it when they bring up Ethan Klein, they say we need a Zionist here, and there's just so many points in this in watching the video on Twitch's stage where it shows that it is a race tier list, where like I've seen people make the app comparison where it's like, oh, what about the white slur tier list, the cracker tier list? It's not the same thing, because you're not taking like I would like anybody to go and make a tier list, right, where it was like let's see, can say mommy, no. Yeah. Can say Poppy. Can say Poppy to eats mayonnaise or some shit, right? That you'd be like, oh, I know what the fuck they're talking about. It's so retarded for anybody to like. This is just blatant gaslighting to say that it's about fucking hummus. It's not about hummus. It's so retarded.
Is absolutely insane to consider anti-Semitic, and
insane. See the gaslighting, bro. This is like blatant manipulation tactics.
most people have already laughed about it, despite the fact that it was very
Again, though, this is where I love when like people do this, where they take it like, well, most people have been laughing about it. Yeah, you say you actually look like a really big dum-dum head. You look really fucking retarded when you bring this up. Actually, when people bring this stuff up, it's actually you're the fucking retard, and everybody agrees with me. Do I have evidence for that? No, I told you that.
damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes. With pleasure.
And yeah, it's
And exactly, I just gotta try to say it's contextual, which makes it harder for people to understand. And I mean that if you watch the entire context of the tier list, you look at like everything they say, all of their dog whistles, all of the fucking bullshit that they put in that tier list. It's so blatantly obvious in the context of the thing that now they're trying to gaslight everybody into believing that Ethan is this insane dude who just hallucinated it all. He's big crazy. He's the one that crashed out. See, he's 3 sheets to the wind, baby. He needs to be over there getting lobotomized with Jack Nicholas, old Jackie boy. You can't ban. What was the fucking line? You can't handle the truth. You know what I mean? He thought he was over there with Jack from The Shining. All work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. And in actuality, like, it is what it is. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's a fucking duck, right? It quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It ain't a motherfucking goose.
it's not
It's insane.
even remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic.
Very
it's
good.
Like
Let me ask you a
the
question.
cracker band that Twitch capitulated on.
So let me follow up with this. Have you seen the thumbnail?
And also this argument right here, like Hassan was talking earlier about how Idubbbz was the reason, or he's the one that made the content cop. You should bring it up with Idubbbz. But this is the exact argument used, which shows me that Idubbbz utilized Hassan's arguments for the video, which like obviously he did it because it's the most retarded fucking thing I've ever seen. Everything's out of context. It's all completely and epically retarded, and that's just the mindset and the IQ level that this dipshit has.
The thumbnail?
Yes, that's what I said. This
For
is the
what?
thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hassan. Here's Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier list.
What? What? Oh, why are we talking about a thumbnail? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Again, Ethan being crazy and fucking stupid.
In the F tier is me and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not in the tier list. He has never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Ethan?
Whoa, answer the
walk you through this
question.
again.
What you're done?
Every time he said Ethan, dude, I just wanted to fucking die laughing. Ethan, you're being crazy. Ethan, wake up, Ethan. You need to seek some counseling, Ethan. You're being really fucking crazy, Ethan.
Fudging.
I'm not Idubbbz. And
Oh,
I'm
but
not
you
Rogan.
can't make
Well, and here's the thing that's funny about this thing. Hassan makes the argument. I don't know if he's gonna talk about cooks over to the Twitter he does make fun of the Twitter profile picture, what I thought was just fucking that is a cringe picture. Like who the fuck takes a picture with their armpit hair up? I don't know. That's weird, bro. Now Hassan's like weirdly obsessed with himself. It's to like an nth degree. Now I remember when I was like 21 in incredible shape, I was obsessed with myself, but I don't know if I was ever to that degree. But I do want to say the one thing that I think is like so funny about like Hassan's stance on all this, about what his argument was he like sort of tries to contextualize it around Ben Shapiro being an anti or a pro-Zionist like conservative guy. Well, if he was pro-Zionist, why was he in the sovereign tier list? I thought this was just about hummus. I thought this was just about Habibi and hummus. And again, like they can't even keep their narrative straight on what the actual goal of this whole situation is. I mean, I think
the symbol of capitalist excess.
Yeah. I got a free
Cool,
Rolex
dude.
hat from a friend of mine. I still wear it every now and then.
And it's just like
oh wow, who knew?
They're not gonna cover this in this, but in the actual like entire fucking argument, on what happened and what my perspective. So my perspective is, like on this entire debate, like my whole perspective on the whole thing is Hassan's doing his typical gaslighting bullshit, where he was trying to sit here and make Ethan look crazy and make everything that is a slight that can make Hassan look anti-Semitic, not a slight that doesn't make Hassan anti-Semitic. You're hallucinating it, bro. You're crazy. It's like the type of shit that they tell girls to watch out for in men, right? It's the same type of shit. Like if a guy hits you and then he tells you you're crazy and you hallucinated everything and you don't even have a mark, you shouldn't even say anything. It was the same type of tactics. It's like, it's so funny because you will see these type of people like Hassan call this stuff out, and then he utilizes these same tactics throughout the entire debate. We've seen a little bit of it in these clips, but it was just like when it came down to like this Frogan thing, right? The Jew to fucking Arab tier list, right? It was just so disgustingly, where it was so, like, Hassan looked so dumb because he couldn't keep it fucking straight. He couldn't keep the whole thing together. Like, I'm actually going to go in, we're going to go to that actual section in the video. It's just, I think it's very important contextually that we jump
So
in.
you accuse me of misrepresenting what happened.
Here we go.
I'm not determining what they can do, but this is Frogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jew. Go ahead, take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know, man. It's tough. You really don't know what to say because it looks pretty bad.
No, because it's so fucking stupid.
Well, tell me then.
It's so stupid. See, he's deflecting. These are typical manipulation tactics. This is like the most basic fucking distract from the actual point. Don't actually argue the actual argument. And he's sitting there on his little gaslighting argument that this is about hummus, which it never was.
Kind of dumb.
So why
right
is Ben
now.
there?
You look kind of insane.
Okay, very good.
That's
Why is Ben
I'm
there?
having a hard time. Like, I don't know why fucking Frogan made this
throwing Frogan under the bus. I wasn't a part of it. I don't know why she did this. Everything is looking down at the stairway of fucking useful idiots and utilizing those useful idiots.
Thumbnail. And
Why is Ben there?
I don't have any issue with this thumbnail.
Why is Ben
there? I would say that his rhetoric has led to anti-Semitism. It's like he in this stream he talks about being pro-terrorist, which like is insane. I don't know why anybody would take that stance. Hassan is a fucking, like, anybody who's a fan of Hassan, I'm sorry, you're fucking retarded. Like, I don't mean to be that rude to you. I'm sorry, but if you listen to a guy that's this manipulative on a 24/7 basis and you can't see through it, you're insane. Like, I can look at Ethan, right? And I don't, love Ethan. I think he's a dipshit most of the time. He can be really funny. Ethan can be really funny. And that's why I used to like Ethan back in the day. And then he became, like, this little fucking whiny bitch boy. And most of the time, all the criticism with him was valid. This time, it was a disgusting fucking hate campaign fueled by this dipshit that led to this.
There.
Because he's a prominent defender of Israel.
You're quick to say.
Okay, so if he's a prominent defender of Israel, right, then it's not about hummus, correct? So, oh shit. Holy fucking nipple titties, my boys! I thought it was just, they like hummus. They like fucking the shitty hummus. They can't say Habibi. They're, oh, well, it's, no, but because he's, defender of Israel. And remember what Hassan said about anybody who has any slight pro-Israel belief, or anything that could be, like, considered Zionist, even, like, smidgen. If you're like, oh, Israel's not the worst place on earth, always, whoa, shit, you shouldn't be allowed to walk your dog in public. So, like, you see that, and you remember that these guys are, like, fucking famous for bullshit and dog whistling. You then realize that this shit is exactly what you fucking think it is, and now he's trying to gaslight his way out of it. He's trying to paint Ethan as a fucking weird how that's not racist to you. Let me guess, the N-word compilation from Ethan were just okay. So like, so we're gonna pull up fucking Ethan, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about like somebody's N-word compilation. I never have. I don't. Like, I'm a big free speech absolutist, right? I think there are racist people out there, and I think racist people are fucking retarded. They're absolutely retarded. I'm gonna like, I know my chat's getting like bringing up shit because they obviously fucking hate anybody who has to say anything bad about Hassan. But I want to just say something. Actual racists are fucking retarded. Edgy humor, I think, is fucking funny. Like, I'm sorry. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I mean, the guy that fucking Hassan had make the fucking content cop for him because he couldn't get the guts to actually react to fucking Ethan's content nuke. So he fucking goes over there and says, fucking Idubbbz, you better suck this cock. You better suck this fucking cock all the way down to the base of the shaft, baby, because I'm gonna need you to make a video. Remember, that dude said the N-word probably more than anybody else on the internet. So we're not gonna play who said the N-word more in the contextualization of this entire fucking drama, because you are not going to win that. Hassan tied his horse to a dipshit who said it more than anybody else, so it's a bad fucking argument.
That Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christians?
This is an incredible point, because they could have put Steven Crowder, they could have put fucking Nick Fuentes, they could have put Candace Owens. Candace Owens is the disgusting example of an anti-Semitic person. She is so gross. She thinks that the Jews invented like space. She is like the biggest idiot on the entire like political landscape right now, right up next to Hassan. Her and Hassan are like clinking glasses for who's the biggest dumbass when it comes to their views on the Jewish population, right? And I think that like they could have put any of these people, but they used Ben Shapiro because it is exactly what we think it is. And that's kind of how this entire debate went. It was just fucking gaslighting and bullshit the entire time. Absolute unhinged slate. God, no one else is here to hear it. I mean, hey man, I am happy with my where do I stand politically? I stand for the drama of this situation. That's what I stand for. I mean, if you want to know where I stand on this situation in particular, I don't like the civilians are dying on either side. I don't like the fact that Gazans are being killed at all. I think it's disgusting what's happening to the Gazans. I don't stand for the way that the Israeli government's been treating the people of Gaza. I don't. I think it's gross. But I also don't think that it's okay to condone the actions of the Houthis and the fucking Hamas terrorists when they do shit like October 7th. I mean, when you're attacking civilians, you're not the good guys. When you're just willingly going out there and like two wrongs don't make a right. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna fucking stand here and like placate for these two fucking people that are two groups that I don't like. All right, what's the next one in line here? This one's dumb. Here we go. This was funny.
You've spent the first part of this debate. This
is actually what I thought was funny. Where they actually bring up Candace Owens, because Candace Owens was on Theo Von right before Hassan, where we got that fucking the funniest clip from the entire thing, where Ethan, I showed it at the beginning of the stream, where Ethan compares Hassan to looking like the Beetlejuice guy. This is where we get the moment where he compares her to Candace Owens, which I've loved that comparison forever because I think they're both dipshits.
Do I think that you are more anti-Semitic than Candace Owens? No. But I think your form of anti-Semitism is way more destructive and sinister. Candace Owens is outright. Hold on there, Hassan. This is an important question.
Do you think I'm anti-Semitic now? Because 2 days ago you said I wasn't.
I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
Your form of anti-Semitism is way more insidious because it's silent, it's tricky. She's out there just saying what she believes, and I respect her for that. Nick Fuentes is just out there. Nobody knows that what's his stance on Israel. Candace Owens' stance on Israel. But you're tricky. What you do is deny the heritage of Middle Eastern Jews, stuff like that. You accuse them of being always the oppressor, always. Everything. And by the way, you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as blatant, obvious anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people would look at what you're doing right now and
let's
think
not worry about that.
Let's sign of mental sanity.
Well, we'll have time to poll the audience afterwards. So
this was just kind of my opinion over the whole thing. It was just Hassan the whole time calling him crazy until he had a fucking like right here's where he calls him out for the gaslighting. It's great.
Like you have hallucinated an alternative.
By the way, gaslighting,
reality.
Anti-Semitic trope. This is what dog whistles are. You whistle to other people, and it's subtle enough that you have plausible deniability so that when you get accused of being anti-Semitic, you can call the accuser crazy, which is exactly what you're doing. You are a fucking anti-Semite, and you've been caught out 3 different times calling me crazy for very viable, very credible examples of anti-Semitism that you should at least be able to admit are at least not insane. Maybe a misunderstanding, but not insane. But no, according to you, they're all hallucinations. So go ahead and tell me why you're not dog whistling.
Yes, because people having an issue with your statements. Ridiculous.
Bro,
it's
so funny how Hassan just always like breaks things down. Like he's got to like reset his brain, bro, because he has to actually like fucking he has to like reset everything. He's just, I gotta think of an argument to come back with. Gaslight. I'm gonna talk about something that has nothing to do with anything. I'm Hassan Piker.
Sexualized torture, cruel. Several locations across the Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the October 7th, 2023 attack. Credible circumstantial information, which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation, sexualized torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, was also gathered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'm gonna walk you through this real quick.
Are they hallucinating?
No. So you just don't know what words mean. So credible circumstantial evidence. Do you know what that means?
It means that of course.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence.
That's why I said Pixar didn't happen, bro. You need rape.
Which is a disgusting argument. I'm sorry. This is something that the Hassan community's been doing a while with the October 7th thing. And again, I think this is why this whole thing sparked up because of fucking Frogan going absolute insano mode. She woke up and decided to be an absolute goblin on October 8th and just was saying like some like absolutely vicious things. So Ethan did like the crazy ass thing of unfollowing her, and that's what led to this entire fucking debacle we have ourselves in now. This is what's led to the chaos that we're in right now, because Frogan, the person who nobody fucking likes, decided to throw a little tantrum because somebody didn't fucking like her that's supposed to like her, and it's just so retarded. This thing, there's so much nuance that needs to be added here, but we're playing this at like it's the fucking NFL draft, bro. It's like, oh, who are we gonna pick this week? Israel or Palestine? When people are actually fucking dying, people are actually getting fucking like actually destroyed. And this is what I hate about these fucking people, is because they're not doing anything for this shit. You think by Hassan getting there and starting and like having a continual drama with Ethan week in, week out, this is saving anybody in Palestine? Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here while he fucking virtue signals about how he doesn't drink Coke because it's on the BDSM list. But he'll drink his Diet Dr. Pepper, and it's definitely on the list too. These people don't fucking care. This is my situation on, and this is where my stance has always been. I'm not here to get political. I don't like getting political. I'm here to make fun of retards on the internet. And that is exactly what's happening with this entire situation, is we have a bunch of retards just chirping at each other, and then when they get called out, what they do is they push every dead body that they pretend to care about right in front of them as giant fucking meat shields, which is just fucking wild to me, bro. You think these fuckers are doing anything for these people? No, get the fuck out of here. Oh, because Hassan might not upload tomorrow. There might be less bombings in Gaza. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It has nothing to do with any of these idiots doing their shit. Like, there's absolutely nothing that, like, these guys aren't actually fucking doing anything, right? This isn't, like, saving the world. This is internet drama. These people don't fucking matter. They're talking heads on the internet. They're not political figures. They have no fucking pull. Hassan is kicked out of the DNC, like, multiple times. He's, like, tying your horse to Hassan as a political figure would be the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly do. I'm betting money when AOC ends up, like, running for president, which she probably will do, she will cut ties with Hassan Piker. It's going to happen because he's too fucking controversial. It's like being tied to fucking Destiny or any of these idiots. They have too much dirt surrounding them that it will crater their campaign. So these dipshits have no pull anywhere. It's so ridiculous that, like, people like Noah Samson and all these guys think that they're doing justice for the world when all they're doing is putting videos out on the internet. The same thing I'm doing. They're fucking talking shit online.
Prosecute.
Hassan needs
credible
rape
circumstantial evidence is not enough.
Pixar didn't happen, right?
Prosecute rape, which is precisely the reason.
And if you read that entire UN document, it's the most disgusting thing you'll ever fucking read in your life. There is no defending it. Oh, well, like, we need forensic evidence. Get the fuck out of here, dude. If you read that shit, it's fucking vile. It's vile what's in that document. Like, there's no way of running around it unless you're a dipshit who has to always support everything that's happening by Hamas. Unless you're, like, Hamas brained, there is no way to defend that document. I think it is, like, cool to, like, support the Palestinians. I think what's happened to them is fucked, but you will never catch me supporting Hamas.
And why the Israeli prosecutors themselves have said that in the absence of a singular victim coming out, and also with all of the forensic evidence that has been tarnished already.
Show me evidence for anything you're saying.
What?
That's not. Show me evidence for anything you're claiming that isn't some unhinged freak on Twitter.
I mean, this whole debate just kind of ran down to that. But that was just like, I figured I would do like a really quick thing. It's just like, there was one meltdown. Like, fuck it, dude. We'll go to Asmongold. I think there's the final thoughts by Asmongold somewhere on here. No, I don't want to fucking watch Destiny. Destiny's a dipshit just like everybody else. Like, I think, like, that just, like, feeds into the fire of these dipshits. Oh, no, dude.
I supposed to do in the situation when there are no victims that have come forward?
4 victims just gave first-hand testimony. I read it to you.
Probably died, but there's no forensic examination.
Pixar didn't
There
happen.
has been no justice for
What do you
these
think the odds are that people are
Pixar
getting
didn't
mass
happen.
raped by Hamas?
on October 7?
What do you think
due
the
to the fact
probability
that
is?
the government completely
I'm grabbing some
percentage.
root beer.
Okay.
Dude, I mean, just the fact that you're willing to sit on the side where you're just denying the rapes happened because you need forensic. This is the same type of shit that during like the Me Too movement that Hassan and them would have been like all over somebody trying to tear their entire career down without any evidence whatsoever. Just one slight allegation and they were willing to tear somebody's entire career down. But now that there's like there's like dead bodies, like, I'm not even getting into the fucking, like, it's, I don't want to talk about that shit. Like, but now that there's like way more evidence proving to a direction that it looks way more likely we're just denying it because that doesn't fit the narrative I want to spend. And that's the problem with this whole situation. And this is what has led Ethan to be in the situation that he's in, where he's getting attacked by these people, because he has the audacity to not to be pro-Palestine, but not incredibly anti-Israel as well. You can be both things. You can believe that Israel deserves a right to protect their borders, but also believe that the Palestinians deserve a voice and deserve like a voice. They deserve to have a vote. They deserve to have a say in the government. They deserve to have more rights. That's 100%. They deserve to not be treated the way they are. That is a fair fucking stance to have. 120,000%. And, like, another useful idea that keeps getting brought up into this whole thing is Bad and Banada. Bad and Banada is a fucking psychopath. And even Hassan has said he was a psychopath until Hassan saw he could be used as a useful fucking weapon idiot in this whole fucking debacle.
Bad and Banada on his YouTube essays, especially when it's issue specific, are actually very instructive.
Then why are you watching
ones
called Ethan Klein is a Zionist baby killer? Why are you watching that one? Is that part of his master body of collection? Is that part of the Criterion collection there, buddy?
Yes.
Why does Bad... Okay, it is good. Why does Bad and Banada role play hunting Hila and killing her in video games?
Have I ever said that I think that's appropriate?
I think... No, of course not. But what you are doing is endorsing this guy.
Well, and see, this is where Hassan gives away. He won't ever, like, come out and say, oh, yeah, this is based or whatever. Like, he's not a dipshit like Frogan. He's dumb, but he's not as dumb as all of the useful idiots around him. He's not as dumb as Denims. He's not as dumb as Frogan. He's, like, he knows that they're fucking retarded, but he knows that they're his people. So he's got to kind of protect them until they do something so fucking vile that he's got to kick them out of his community. Then he has nowhere, they have nowhere to go. He's got to cut ties, but they haven't done anything that vicious yet. And so what he does with these idiots is then he watches their videos, he like nods, he fucking eats 87 pounds of food and then laughs and then just keeps playing it, but he never actually like will give too much of an opinion on it. He's just letting his audience consume it. Now I think it's fair to do that. I'm not going to say that Hassan doesn't have the right to do it, but when you're called out on it, you should have like some sort of retort. You like stand on your fucking business. Yeah, dude, I think you're a fucking disgusting Zionist baby killer, and I think Bad Banada's right, so I put that on my shit. I'm standing for that. And when he says, oh, what about when he hunted down and killed your wife in a video game? Yeah, it was a meme, bro. I laughed. Like, stand on your fucking business. I would have more respect for Hassan if he was just, like, more vulgar, but he knows that's the type of shit that leads him into being the same as, like, Destiny, the same as Vosh, the same as fucking, Bad and Banada. So he tries to virtue grandstand, and that's all he did the entire debate. I kind of rambled on a little bit, but that's the short and sweet. That's the summed up version of what happened. Now this is from my bias, where I already don't like Hassan as a person. I think he's disgusting. I think the entire thing, there was one point that Hassan, I'll give it to him, and it was this dipshit right here. So Ethan does catch him with a bunch of lies in this section, but I do want to say there has been a narrative that this guy was like a massive Hassan fan, and there isn't really like objective proof that he is, but there isn't any objective proof that he isn't. It's just like I don't know. It kind of I would say that this was just kind of one of those that both at the end of the day, both audiences are going to look at this and think that their guy won, because Hassan's audience are full of fucking absolute, like, pudding eaters. Like, they literally can't eat anything with sharp objects, so they can't, like, eat spaghetti or anything because they might accidentally stab themselves with a fork, because utilizing their hands and having to fucking multitask is too difficult for them because they're too fucking stupid to understand how to live. But they're gonna look at this and say Hassan won. Everyone with a rational fucking brain is gonna look at this and be like, Ethan won. But at the end of the day, the best part about this was it was just like fucking hilarious to watch. This whole situation was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. There was a crash out moment where Hassan just like fully crashes out and starts calling Ethan racist, which was fantastic. There was also a moment where they were arguing about who was more obsessed with each other. This was great. I actually want to play this.
I got to refresh this. So here's an example from one of these clip channels. These are all different clips, right? Over a 2-month period, there's edited down 24 hours of you talking about me. 24 hours. That's over the.
These are most likely.
Hold on.
These are fan channels.
Let me. Over
These are
60-day
fan
period.
channels. This
That's
is disingenuous.
24 minutes per day.
Ethan,
I love the fact that Hassan's trying to placate this as this isn't a thing. Hassan is like endlessly talking about everybody he doesn't like. He will consistently like, and I have this. Everybody has this problem. This isn't like a one person issue. Again, it's so funny that Ethan's calling Hassan out for this when Ethan straight up posts about Hassan every other fucking day on his Instagram. So this was funny for me because this was two retards fighting, which is like my fucking Super Bowl, baby. This is where I'm having the most fun, is where two dipshits are arguing about who talks about the other the most. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's like when I see Destiny throwing a little tantrum that Hassan talks about him all the time, and Hassan doing the exact same fucking thing. These guys are always just spurging out, yelling at each other, and it's the funniest fucking thing ever, talking about how they're obsessed with each other. I love it. It like feeds my fucking drama boner. Where's the crash out moment? I gotta find the crash out moment. Hold on. Oh, this is a great
know
point.
that, Ethan.
I'm
is
take that
because
as a
of
yes.
Breaking the silence veterans who have come out and spoken out against this practice. That's why I know that.
Hassan, you say that Ela could have gone to jail and done a conscientious objection instead of joining the army. Why do you pay taxes?
What?
Why do you pay taxes to the United States
This
government?
is your big argument, Ethan?
Answer the question.
This is a great argument. This is an actual like relevant argument. If you're so against the United States government and you live here and you want to be you don't like the way the government's at and you think that you don't want to support the government whatsoever, then why are you sending money to the government every year? Be a conscientious objector. Think that the money's not going where you want it to go, so object to it. See what happens. That's like, stand on your principles then.
Pay taxes and I'm morally culpable. I know. That's why I try to fucking
Why don't
fight
you go to
against this
jail?
goddamn government
Well,
doing
why
this
don't you
shit every
stand up
day.
for your? Hold on. Why don't you stand up for your principles and go to jail for it?
Because it would not actually stop. Okay, it would not actually stop. The reason why I'm saying
What wouldn't stop?
I don't take issue with Gila's fucking actions then, as long as, just like you said, she was just 19 years old. I take issue with the fact that she still defends it on principle.
What does she say? Do you want this to be unwatchable?
And to be honest, she doesn't defend it on principle. Like, that's the craziest thing ever. But this is the end clip. So to kind of preempt this, because I am skipping around and I am just looking at clips on the internet. I did watch this on film. Ethan was setting up the entire history of why Israel was a place. It was supposed to be a safe haven for the Jews, right? And there was a movement in the Middle East around the end of World War II. Well, it was like the 1948. And basically all the Middle Eastern countries were kicking Jews out of their country, and they were all going to Israel. They were, and the ones that weren't, they were basically attacked or killed until they fucking left. This is just the truth. This is what happened. Now, do I think that means it's okay that Israel's doing what it's fucking doing? Again, I will reiterate. No, because in this day and age, you have to fucking reiterate everything. But because he said Arabs, when he was talking about Arab countries, Hassan
didn't leave because we were Zionists. We left because we.
Hassan distracts by doing the typical Hassan thing where he just spurgs out and calls him a racist piece of shit, which is beautiful, which is just so great. This whole time, Ethan's calling him a fucking racist, but as soon as Ethan slips up a little bit in his wording, which is contextualized in his statement, Hassan spurgs out and calls him a racist piece of shit, which is the greatest thing ever.
Didn't leave because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Okay.
Explain to me.
I can't wait to bring up obviously on the broadcast to make you fucking look like a dumbass.
I can't
Let
wait
me
to.
tell you
And now
something.
explain what he means by that. We did not leave Iraq because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Iraqis are not Palestinian. You fucking moron.
Again, Ethan preemptively talked about this, how he was setting the stage for a later argument, but Hassan couldn't get to that point because Hassan wants to pull it back to only Palestine. If you want to talk about anything leading up, any of the pretext, any of this thing that led to the century-long war, you can't talk about anything other than what's happening through his perspective. And that's the problem with this entire argument. That's where things are getting lost in the the sauce, and that's why there's dipshits out there supporting Hamas terrorists, is because they're not looking at everything through the context of the historical events on both sides. History doesn't happen in a fucking vacuum. You look at it, you look at all of the moving parts, and like it's like a clock. A clock doesn't fucking work without a bunch of fucking gears in there making the clock fucking turn hands. That's the shit that happens. But when he tries to contextualize, at least contextualize one side to then like make a grander point, Hassan can't let his audience hear that. He can't stand to let any of this happen, so he has to spurg out because he knows he's fucking fighting from the corner, baby. He's lost the sauce.
You racist piece of shit!
What?
Because Iraq and the pan-Arabic nationalist movements that arise out of
You are
Zionist
out of your
violence
mind.
is not about Palestinians.
Okay, so
You
what did the
cannot make
Jews
this
in Iraq
comparison.
have to do with
Zionists
fucking
were
Israel,
the
you
ones
bigot?
Who actually fucking
You are
terrorized the
so out of your
Palestinians.
mind.
And then Iraqis,
Dude, you screaming and
cannot point
grandstanding
to
doesn't mean you're
Iraqis,
right.
Iraqi
This is
government's
pathetic.
racism
Okay.
during the pan-Arabic nationalist movements as a vindication for why, or a comparison as to why Israel had to do the Nakba.
Again, he never made that comparison. Nobody made that comparison other than Hassan. Hassan kept trying to make that comparison when it wasn't a part of this.
Do you think
You
that...
fucking racist piece of shit.
Thanks, Hassan.
Do you think Iraq?
Do you
do you
want...
think all Arabs have one fucking mind?
Why
Is that
the
what you
fuck
think?
were the Iraqi Jews leaving Iraq in fear?
Of course there were Iraqi Jews that left Iraq
Because
in fear.
why?
I've never
Because
said that there
why?
were no
Answer
Iraqi
the question.
Jews that left
You want to
Iraq
call
in
me
fear.
racist? Why were Iraqi Jews leaving to go to Israel?
Because you're a fucking moron.
That's why they left. They left because I'm a fucking moron.
That Arabs are
Hassan,
not
you
one-minded.
coward.
That there
You
were numerous
coward.
pan-Arabic
Answer
nationalist
the
movements
question. You're going to
that
call
were
me
sparking
racist,
up
but you won't
all around
answer.
the region,
Why
Ethan.
did the Iraqi Jews leave Iraq?
There were numerous
Because of
reasons. Why did the Israeli
anti-Semitism.
government...
They hated Jewish people that had nothing to do with Israel. They were
Oh, shut
forced
the
to
fuck
leave.
up,
They were
dude.
chased
Shut
out.
up.
They lived there for thousands
hated
of years.
Jewish people.
They
Yes,
had businesses.
everyone
They had
hated
homes that they
Jewish
were
people. It's
forced to
weird.
abandon
Thousands-
to go to Israel
thousands-
because it was the only fucking place they could. Why would Iraqis hate the Jews living there if they had nothing to do with Zionism or Israel? Why?
Because settler colonialism
That
was
has
already
nothing to do
taking
with them,
place
you
in
absolute
British
fucking
Mandate
dumbass.
Palestine.
Again,
Didn't-
he's right there. That had nothing to do because there were people that were living in those countries already. They were born in those countries, and they just had a different religion. And at that time period, they did force those people out to another area. That is not contested. This is just shit that is like just glazed over. And again, that's why this situation and this entire thing has gotten so complex and so fucking retarded. Is because everything is so one-sided. But yeah, it was this is the end of the debate. We'll get to this, and I'll do a couple more clips. I'll watch Hassan's ending fucking like whiny shit, and then we'll get on to the next videos.
Remember, Hassan, that when people criticize me, I watched it on my...
No,
I'm
you
gonna.
should. You should
I'll
talk to him
debate all
and
these
Norm
people instead of
Finkelstein.
you. I have time. Unfortunately, like I said, it's getting late, so I just want to make one last point before we go, which is that always remember, Hassan, that when people criticize me, I watched it on my stream by myself live, unlike a bitch-made coward like yourself, who needs someone to hold your hand, make all the excuses in the world to avoid any single criticism, any response. You, my friend, are a coward, and I am the fucking legend that responded to it live with zero fucking...
His fucking glass falls over. I mean, he's not wrong here. This is the thing. When Ethan released the content nuke, to this day, Hassan refuses to watch it at all. He refuses to watch it. He calls it out of context, but he hasn't fucking seen it, so how can he call it anything? And the moment Ethan gets a hit piece on him, or people start talking shit about Ethan's so fucking petty, and he just goes combative every single time, which is hilarious. And people said that he was too scared to talk to everybody, so he's been here talking to every one of these motherfuckers. I have to say that this whole arc has given me so much respect for Ethan, somebody I thought would never gain my respect back. I think this shit's so funny.
With zero hesitation. But you know why? Because I'm not a liar. I don't have to think about the shit that I say and justify it. You lie. That's why you can't do it, because you'll get caught in those lies.
Our endeavor made you look good, then congratulations.
You don't think it was good that you don't think that it was a supreme confidence that I responded to it immediately live?
Ethan, it took you 4 months to actually entertain the notion of having a conversation with me. I don't give a fuck about watching YouTube videos. I don't know why you think that I'm afraid.
By the way, so the reason that they didn't debate right after the content nuke dropped is yeah, Ethan told him he needed to watch the Nuke Force, and Hassan refused to do it. Hassan wanted to do this. He wanted to go on there. He wanted to tell Ethan he was crazy. He wanted to fucking gaslight the entire time so that he could make himself look more virtuous. He could grandstand. He could do all of his fucking little manipulation tactics. And Ethan, being the supreme idiot that he is, but also, like, he's Ethan. He's just there to fucking petty scream his way out, which is great for me because I fucking love content. This is content Super Bowl, baby. This is what I live for. I live for playing video games, reviewing them, and then also fucking watching people scream at each other. So this is amazing for me, and I love how reactionary Ethan is about all this shit. But Hassan being a little snake in the grass, I love watching. And one day he's gonna run into Ricky Tikki Tabbit, and Ricky Tikki Tabbit's gonna fucking he's gonna have to debate somebody that actually has an IQ that's high, and he's gonna look like the biggest dipshit. I mean, he got made to look like a dipshit by fucking Ethan Klein. So I'm not saying like Ethan Klein's the dumbest person out there. I'm just not saying that this is the same guy that like fucking was made to look like the goofy fucking retard on Leftovers every week.
There's 11 hate videos on your channel. 11 hate videos. I've watched 0 about you, Hassan. Do you want to actually discuss who's the coward?
You made the hate videos, dumbass. Your fucking community is the hate community. Why the fuck would you have to watch hate?
Again, calling them the hate community when your community is the one that got that fucking platformed Bad Empanada, the guy that was running the "we should call CPS on Ethan's kids" and then sending skulls to him in the mail. It's so,
videos are
this whole shit is so rich.
Whatever. You are
Hassan,
the one
just
who's doing
remember,
it.
when criticism comes, I confront it.
Well, thank you for
When
backtracking
criticism
on at
comes
least
to
7 of the
you,
points.
you
Maybe we
hide
should
from
go
it.
through the context.
Dude, it's so great. Dude, this was so great, dude. Like, I don't care about the Kamala Harris shit. I really don't care. This is Hassan tries to rope Dan in. Like, that was dumb. This was a fucking Hassan spurting out. The Destiny might have been involved because they can't live without talking about each other. I think that Hassan and Destiny secretly still make out in their back alley secret meetups.
It's like a slush fund for them.
God, a charity event is actually like you're trying to undermine a charity event deliberately.
You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
God, that's so gross, man.
I mean, what happened last year?
Well, and here's the thing about that charity event. It was never made to be a charity event. It donated to charity in the first one, but it was supposed to be like a VidCon, but a more exciting VidCon. Our Idubbbz himself on the H3 podcast said that he was just trying to do another type of VidCon with boxing, and then it gave a lot of money to charity. And when the second one started fucking failing, they were like, it was a charity event. We failed, and they really started propping up the charity aspect. And it's been the ultimate shield ever since. You can't criticize it because you can't criticize Idubbbz. You can't criticize this event because it's all about charity, guys.
How much money did they make? Did they do charity last year?
I don't know.
They
I don't
lost
know.
$250,000.
Will you debate me again, Ethan? If you keep chirping in the future?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect.
But if you, I think it would be good if you watch the content puke,
Maybe I
context
will.
puke,
Maybe I'll
and
do that to
then we can
fundraise.
discuss it.
Maybe I'll do that. The fundraiser creator clash.
Yes, I think it's awesome. If you want to own me by donating to charity, I think that's sick as fuck.
The first one donated a lot of money. The second one, I don't know how much money was actually donated. I know that they lost a fuckload of money, and then Idubbbz did a 24-hour stream where I think he donated the proceeds from that stream to charity, or he just did it to recoup his losses. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that. I would have to go back to, like, it was a 24-hour stream where, like, so basically Anissa and Idubbbz like swallowed dildos the whole time. So I'm not gonna fucking go back to that. I just know there was a entire clusterfuck, and it was all because of a mismanagement from Idubbbz. But so I don't really know. Now, when we get into the Idubbbz section of the videos tonight, I will go into that, we'll dive into that a little bit more. But it wasn't great. It was like optically fucking terrible. And I mean, the problem with how placed poorly the second event was the only people who were fucking actually advertising the event was Ethan Klein and Harley Morenstein. Those are the only two people who fucking talked about Creator Clash 2 at all until Idubbbz and Froggy Fresh had a fucking little dispute.
Fuck.
Yeah, maybe you should do that too. You know, donate some pro-Palestinian charities. I'll feel so fucking owned.
Let's own each other and donate to charity.
All right.
I know you guys
Bye,
fucking.
Ethan.
And this is so funny too. They like everybody like throws, and Ethan's probably every one of these dipshits like Frogan and all these fucking idiots always talk shit and call him such like a Zionist piece of shit. And he's probably donated more money to Palestinian causes than all of them put together.
I know you guys hate each other, but the views were crazy.
It was? How many? I
I'm
never
just
looked.
saying, think about it.
What was the views at? I never looked.
They're pretty good on both ends, like 100K.
Whose was higher?
Don't ask that question.
No, yeah, they definitely lost money on Creator Clash too.
Hassan's was higher?
Hassan's was higher.
Yeah.
Not by
Yeah.
much, but it was higher.
That's not good. We got to do something.
I mean, I
about
had
that.
120,000. I don't know what you guys had over there. I wasn't looking, but
We got up to about 100K, so.
Well, we're gonna have to do. These people are clearly have some kind of brain disease, and we need to do something about it.
Hassan gets more views. They're fucking retards. I mean, they are, but like, let's be honest.
no, for sure. Ethan, please keep up the energy as though you feel that there is a genocide going on, because your output is what matters here. And that is what I was trying to get across to you and get across to your audience. If you think that
I acknowledge
this-
that
I mean, they do talk. They do touch on. They do touch at one point on the country the Palestinians got kicked out of, and fucking Ethan was on the side that it was wrong that they got kicked out of those countries. Like, this is the thing that's so funny about this whole situation is Ethan's not this fucking this Zionist this Zionist fucking monster where he's like, oh, all Palestinians need to be fucking shoved into the dirt. He's just anti-Hamas, and this is like so crazy that like in today's day and age, you if you're like anti-Hamas and anti-Houthi, you're a fucking Zionist, which is just fucking retarded.
I acknowledge that I could talk about it more, and I should make more of an effort to talk about it.
Okay, thank you. Instead of going after
And you should try not to be a
protesting
fucking
because they
raging
don't
anti-Semite
like
for
you.
Oh, by the way, like this, and this is that right there is what pisses me off about this whole situation. If you're a pro-Palestinian creator, you're unfucking touchable. You're untouchable. You can say the most abhorrent shit possible about this about anything, and like you could just be like slandering other creators, but as long as you put it under the guise of I'm pro-Palestinian, you can get away with just about fucking anything, which is disgusting. This is my problem. None of these fucking retards none of these pro-Palestinian creators are doing anything whatsoever for this. They're not going to end the war in the Middle East. They're not doing shit. They're talking shit on the internet, and most of them are talking shit to other creators on the internet. So you put it in like Hassan's little fucking thing. You need to stop attacking pro-Palestinian creators. Maybe you guys shouldn't be so fucking vicious all the time. Like, it's not all people that are pro-Palestine. It's just you dipshits. It's your little community, Hassan. It's your little fucking rabid group of fucking retards that are out there like being so fucking vicious. And then your little fan group is so cult mindseted that they go and attack everybody. This is just the normal what is it? Motor operandi. Fuck. I'm having a retard moment myself, but it's just so dumb.
Okay.
What?
If you can try not to be a raging anti-Semite for a day, then we can shake hands.
Ethan, I don't think you actually believe that I'm anti-Semitic. I think you're hysterical.
You should watch
I
back the
will be
first part of
honest
this
on that
interview.
front. What?
You should watch back the first part of this interview. That is
I don't think that makes you look good.
okay.
It definitely makes him look better than you did.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see.
we'll
Unfortunately, I
wait
think
and
your
see.
people are going to think it makes you look good, and then everybody else is going to think that might look good. Like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the
Yes,
day,
I'm sure
it's
that
not a
I'm
swastika. It's just the swastika
sure.
sword. It's not a swastika. It's just the sword that I called the swastika sword. Got it. All right, have a good night, Hassan.
All right, you
I gotta
too.
go. All right,
you too, buddy.
You take care, bud.
All right.
Old friends, together at last.
Bye, Hassan.
Give Kaya our love. Give Kaya our love.
Yeah, we all still love Kaya.
Oh my God, what a fucking train wreck.
Dude, it was a train wreck. This whole thing was a fucking train wreck. Oh my God, dude. Like, he literally started searching, he started sourcing, like, from the snark right after this, dude. He started going, like, full snark mode after this shit went down. It's like, dude,
So I think in this debate, you're definitely going to have some people defending Hassan, and I think that's always what's going to happen because they just think that they're effectively on the right side of history. Pow Pow My Pants, thank you for 50 gifted subs. But I think that overall, I think Ethan did come out on top with this debate, and I think that he did look better. And I think that especially with like a lot of the clips and the things that Hassan ended up saying, like, for example, I mean, Hassan basically said that it's acceptable and okay to target innocent civilian ships and then take those civilians hostage, and it's a means of negotiation or some type of pressure. Now, in my opinion, I mean, you're basically endorsing a terrorist organization at that point. I mean, this is...
I mean, I wasn't planning on watching that, but he's 100% right, and that's actually something I forgot to cover. There was a whole section in the fucking debate where they're talking about the Houthis, and Hassan, every time the Houthis and Hamas came up, Hassan, like, unabashedly defended them. He there is no realm where Hassan isn't supporting terrorists at this point. He literally talked about how it's okay that you can just kidnap ship captains and people that might be tangentially attached to anybody that might be from Israel. If you know somebody that sneezed near an Israeli once, you can kidnap them and hold them hostage for a year. That was kind of like what that portion of the video broke down. It was just a fucking train wreck. This whole thing was fucking like wild, and like I honestly, at the end of the day, I think Ethan won it. I mean, that's kind of been my entire breakdown. It was a bit longer than I wanted to do for this whole thing, but I mean, it was a 5 fucking hour it was a 5-hour like argument debate that I tried to break up and tried to like contextualize the best I could into a smaller format, so when I release this, at least some people will get a little bit. I mean, it will be from my biased perspective where I'm making fun of these dipshits, but yeah, it was crazy. The whole like the part where fucking Hassan starts like just straight up defending terrorists was wild too. I mean, I kind of want to pull that part up. This will be the last thing I pull up, and then I'll say done on this. All right, I will say done on this. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Like, again, this thing's so fucking long.
Zionist, Christian Zionist. Why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben Shapiro and F tier, the 2 most prominent Jewish creators on YouTube. That's a coincidence.
Let's go. Does upon support the Houthis? Let's go toward the end of it.
Point that I was
Anne
fucking
Frank
presenting.
is famous for being a pacifist and seeing the good in people.
What? Because they're terrorists.
Yeah, they're terrorists. They kidnap innocent civilians.
Are they? So
the Filipino
people
guys?
The people that are resisting against the Israeli genocide that
What
you
did those
call a
sailors have to do with
genocide
that?
are actually terrorists because you don't agree with
Kidnapping
their
innocents?
fucking methods. But you have no way.
Kidnapping innocents.
No alternative. You have no alternative.
That's not
You call
true.
it
I say just
genocide,
don't
they're
kidnap
supposed to
innocent
sit
people.
around, nothing else.
Well, and this is the right perspective to have. You shouldn't be kidnapping innocent people under the guise of we're freedom fighters. That's bullshit. That makes you a terrorist. I'm sorry. Like again, if the U.S. government were to like literally like go and capture a ship and then put people in fucking like under hostage for like 30 years just because they decided, well, we're gonna fucking do this now, I wouldn't support that. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just like some random people off of a ship that is from another random country that aren't Israelis, that have nothing to do with the conflict. You're just kidnapping them because they just happen to be working that day. They just happen to be doing the fucking the boat trip that day. Oh well, yeah, you shouldn't have been working that time. Sorry, bud.
Oh, and you just talk and talk and talk. It makes the video on.
And also, the random Yemeni teenager that definitely was a Houthi that is now getting retroactively. Hassan's retroactively trying to gaslight his entire audience. Has been trying to do it for years now since the interview, where he's been telling people that he's not a Houthi because that dude is fucking unhinged and on TikTok all the time and like filming like him kidnapping people on ships. But no, he's not a Houthi because he makes me look bad. He's a random Yemeni teenager, and then he like goes on and starts doubling down on how that guy's the same as Anne Frank, which tell me that's not anti-fucking Semitic. Come on, dude.
Because the Houthis, you said the Houthis are barbaric. They're homophobic.
His asshole. You think he's like, Houthis use social media to boost global prominence and support. Israel falls. Okay. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive. Why did he say yes to, are you a soldier?
Bro, he doesn't even fucking speak English. You're like, oh, he's a soldier.
Wait, even if he is.
Again, this is the guy that he is like comparing to Anne Frank, which I think is just fucking disgusting. And this is where this is where the lines are getting crossed, where you go from being somebody who's pro-Palestinian to somebody who's condoning and like willing to play defense for somebody like this. I'm sorry, this is where like Hassan looked really bad in the entire thing. Now, again, if you want more context on what I brought for you here today, you want more, you think I didn't cover it deep enough, it's a fucking 4-hour debate that I was gonna sit here and do every moment and clip. It would have ended up being 8 hours, and I have a fucking life. So I wanted to just kind of do my quick little jump around on it, and I think I did a good job. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, dislike. I don't give a shit. I know the Hassan fans will be in here commenting like L Ethan, Zionist pig or whatever to me, even though I don't support I don't think that the Israelis like hurting the Gazans is a great thing. But anyways, that's all I had on that.